UK night was one of the things that really helped me fall in love with the city, like Evelyn was talking about, so thank you for that. All right, ready to go? So I'm a social worker. Up in that office, my clients usually wrestle with big relationship questions about their partners, friends, coworkers, and communities. Questions like, why are we struggling so much? Does our connection matter to them? Do we even like each other? But the single most common question I get is, we're having conflict. Should I stay or should I go? Turns out conflict happens in every relationship, even between my two cats, Corby Rye and Phoebe Ray. So just having conflict is not a sign to end the connection. In fact, conflict has to happen in order to build the trust and safety a relationship needs to grow. That's the good news. The bad news is when conflict gets unhealthy, it can cause real and lasting harm to those involved. So, how do you know when to keep trying with someone when you're feeling hurt or disappointed? More important, how do you know when to stop trying if you're scared or angry? So, it took me a long time to figure this out in my relationships, but eventually I came up with a frame I call the willing and able chart. It starts with a 4-square grid. Each of these squares shows whether or not someone is supporting the relationship in that moment. Not just supporting themselves or others, but supporting the relationship. So, starting with this square in the upper left, this is a healthy space. Everyone involved is willing to support the relationship and able to. Everyone has the desire and capacity to make sure each person's needs are met, so they can have more pleasure, growth, meaning, and play in the relationship. So green light, green flags. Everything here says keep going. This person or job or group has shown they're trustworthy. It means you can lower your boundaries a bit more, share more of yourself and your resources, even ask for help from them. That vulnerability is likely to be rewarded. And when everyone is willing and able, abundance can flow in all directions. Those involved have enough good energy to care for each other and their community, like Phoebe Ray used to do for our elderly cat Sam. This is the goal for most relationships, whether it's just partners or neighborhoods or whole societies. But on the bottom left square, folks here are unable to support the relationship as much as they might want to. They could be facing a job loss, they could be caring for sick children or fighting an addiction. But they're willing to do what it takes to deal with those challenges and to support the relationship as best they can. That means they might be working with job recruiters, attending doctor's appointments, taking part in sobriety groups, and showing up as best they can to meet at least some of the relationship needs. So yellow light, caution, ask questions, go slow, and it's okay if you're putting a little more into the relationship than usual. Just remember, be open and honest with yourself and others about your needs, so everyone can get the support they need without resentment building. Usually this means calling in some community support to share the load. Maybe you take care of the toy kitten while a friend takes your snuggle bud to the vet appointment. This box, unable and unwilling, is when someone is struggling and choosing not to do what it takes to get better. They may lie about applying for jobs, taking care of the kids, or fully engaging in treatment in order to keep you supporting the relationship. This is a red light, full stop. Call in the community to take over, because any more labor you do will just be met with more demands. The only way to heal an unwilling and unable relationship is to stop enabling it. No more free passes to the benefits of your generosity, your kindness, even your presence. Once you've communicated those boundaries, the other person or group can restore a relationship by acknowledging the harm they've done to you in the relationship, apologizing specifically for actions, and demonstrating changed behavior. That includes making repairs and rebalancing the give and take of healthy relationship. That brings us to the serious danger zone. Someone who is perfectly capable of supporting a relationship, but intentionally chooses to get their needs met by harming the others involved, even gets pleasure out of doing so, and who does not show any desire to repair that harm is called a predator. With predators, you can have all the good boundaries possible, but they're going to keep on coming to steal your goodness. This is where community becomes becomes essential. We need community structures and protectors to do 4 things when a predatory person, group, organization, or government is recognized. Those 4 keep us safe, help us heal, hold the predators accountable, and protect the rest of the community. You might have noticed that mainstream society doesn't always do a great job of that, especially if the targets are poor or marginalized in other ways. But don't lose hope, this is where you come in. Now that you know about the willing and able model, you can use it to start noticing which people and groups bring good energy and which ones demand more than they give. Then work with your community to protect and support the targets and hold the able but unwilling ones accountable. One more tip. Don't beat yourself up for not knowing what box someone fits in right away. Sure, this cute new friend might be coming over to snuggle because they're willing and able to support the relationship. But they might just be doing it so they can sneak off with your rubber duck collection. Are they unwilling, unable, who knows? The truth is, no one can predict who's willing and able with 100% accuracy. People don't fit neatly into squares. We flow through a spectrum that blends from one box into another. The only way to know for sure when someone is on that spectrum is to observe how they behave over time. What's their pattern? Are there more good days than bad? Do they notice when things are out of balance? Are they willing to make changes? Can they offer apologies and take action to repair any harm? If so, congratulations. You've got someone willing and able to support the relationship for now, and that's your best sign to stay.